hermetically sealed. Doctors say the risk of COVID-19 transmission inside that vehicle is as high as it gets outside of medical procedures. Adding every single person in the vehicle during that completely unnecessary presidential drive-by just now has to be quarantined for 14 days. They might get sick. They may die. And a growing number of Secret Service agents have reacted with outrage. One agent saying he's not even pretending to care anymore, and another agent asking, where are the adults?
White House physician Dr. Sean Conley says President Trump has dealt with 2 drops in his oxygen levels. Correspondent Aaron McLaughlin has Conley's background.
Appointed in May 2018, a decorated Navy veteran and an osteopath, a fully licensed physician focused on treating the body holistically. From the beginning, there were questions surrounding his appointment. In the spring, 2 sources with direct knowledge told NBC News Dr. Conley had been handpicked by his predecessor, Dr. Ronnie Jackson.
Conley shared an update on the president's health yesterday and said the low oxygen levels led to the president being treated with dexamethasone. Conley had earlier failed to admit that Trump had needed oxygen. He said he was trying to reflect the upbeat attitude the president has had since being admitted on Friday to Walter Reed Medical Center for monitoring and treatment of his COVID-19 symptoms. Over the weekend, Conley gave confusing, conflicting, and misleading statements on the president's condition, prompted Chief of Staff Mark Meadows to correct a doctor's statement. The election is less than a month away, and Vice President Mike Pence, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, and Vice Presidential running mate Kamala Harris are heading to Arizona to campaign. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Good morning, and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is Coffee Ann time on ON, AM, and FM on this Monday morning. It's October 5th, first full week in October 2020. This is Joe Callahan. Let's say good morning to Romeo Berthiaume. Good morning, Romeo.
Good morning, Joe.
And former Woonsocket Mayor Charlie Baldelli.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Romeo.
Still wearing shorts.
Good morning.
Yes.
At 54 degrees. Good job. He's in Florida mode.
He's leaving shortly.
I know.
You know what?
Well,
I enjoy wearing shorts. I dread the day I have to put on the long
Well, now you won't have
trousers.
to.
No, I won't have to. You're absolutely right.
If you can stick it, remain this way for another week. And once you go down to Florida, there's no need for long pants.
That's right.
And you'll be
until sometime in January. It does get a little cold.
It does.
Yeah, it gets into the
down into the 60s.
Even below that. No,
does it? Oh, okay.
I tell everybody that wants to go to Florida, don't go in January.
No, it's cold.
It's too cold. It's cold. Yeah.
That's a crapshoot.
Is it?
January, yes.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. Our first segment sponsor, Coffee Inn, is Windermere Woods.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Mendon Road in Woonsocket. Windermere Woods, 401-762-4226, and also on the web at windermerewoods.com. Live at Windermere Woods in a nice atmosphere that provides caring, security, and comfort. Once you move in, you'll want to stay at Windermere Woods for many years and be happy. It's a comfortable place to live and meet new people, enjoy regular meals, and get peace of mind. Windermere Woods is a small community with a nice, friendly atmosphere, and Windermere Woods is affordable. Windermere Woods offers such programs as housekeeping services, transportation to doctor's appointments, and to shopping. Windermere Woods is a very secure facility, 24/7 staffing. Someone's there day and night. They provide social entertainment activities and invite you to come by and visit. Windermere Woods, 1044 Mendon Road, Woonsocket, 401-762-4226. Windermere Woods.
All right, it's Coffee Inn here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us today. Any comments or questions can be called in, 766-1240, or email them in to coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. We normally talk about the Patriots on a Monday morning.
Yeah, what is there to talk about? Except that
It was a great game yesterday.
They didn't lose.
They did not lose.
I heard on the way in that every Patriots player tested negative because they weren't talking about the quarterback.
But they're testing this morning.
Yeah. but yesterday, everybody.
Yesterday they were negative,
All negative. Did that include the quarterback?
except for Cam.
Yeah. it's
No,
what I mean.
he tested positive on Saturday.
Of all people to
They're going to
be
start
positive.
Hoyer.
Well, they have to.
Hoyer.
Yeah.
They
What
have
about
to.
the other fella?
He's not as good.
So Hoyer's going to quarterback
Yeah,
for the.
yeah.
And that's tonight.
Well, unless something changes,
Yeah.
the game is tonight at 7
Yeah, and where?
in Kansas City.
Okay.
And they're gonna, if everything's okay, they're gonna fly out
Okay.
today, this
Okay.
morning,
They're going to be tested first.
and before they go, and let the NFL know, and if anything changes, then they'll move the game to Tuesday.
I heard that there's a possibility that they might start doing what the basketball people are doing, going into a bubble. Did you hear that too?
Well, I heard it being kicked around, but
Kicked around. Is that a
Yeah.
good? That's good. That's a
pretty good pun. Huh?
unintended pun, I think.
But that would take some logistic doing. Okay, where is the bubble going to be? How do we get the players there? Can we?
It would
keep
have
them
to
all
be-
separated.
Yeah.
It has to be a very large
Yeah.
area, and you can't go to Orlando. It's already being used. So
True.
okay, let's.
Yeah.
How about Dallas?
How about
can they do
Vegas?
it? How about Vegas? But there's too well. There's too many
Randall Stadium.
But there's too many distractions in Vegas.
Nice and warm.
We need you to go in and just stay in your hotel. We don't need you to go out and
Yeah.
and have fun.
Of course
Not
not.
that you- I mean, you can
not
have
in
fun.
Vegas.
You can
no.
have fun in Dallas.
I go
but,
there. Yeah.
But you got to go in and not
Yeah.
go anywhere. So,
Yeah.
so going to Vegas.
You know.
Too
Well,
many
anyway, Tom
distractions.
Terrific had a great day yesterday.
He had a very good game yesterday.
5
yeah.
touchdown passes to 5
Really,
different
huh?
receivers.
That's good.
He also had another interception for a touchdown. If you want to,
Yeah.
hit the negative.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I like hitting the negative.
But well, especially when it
I
comes,
guess you do.
especially when it comes to Tom Brady.
Well-
I detect, Charlie. Do you detect a little bit of bitterness
I have
in the tone
no,
that he
no,
left the
I-
Patriots?
No.
Joe, it comes through loud and clear.
I don't. I think most people are, but some people just
I'm sure
express
he's
it
gonna do
differently.
fine.
Yeah.
It's too bad about Rocco.
Yeah.
You know, he had,
You know
he had
what?
2 playoff games and lost both of them, and
Right.
I don't know what goes on with Minnesota in their playoff games.
They
with
set a
Twins.
record. 18 straight
Yeah.
playoff games they've lost.
It goes back to 2004.
Yeah.
Not that he was running the
So
team
it's not
back then,
Rocco,
but-
right? Right. It's just a team. Yeah.
But he was successful in bringing
Oh,
a
yeah.
championship there 2 years
Yeah.
in a row.
So
And
You can always
they
blame it
just
on
did
crazy
not
season.
hit.
Yeah.
1 run per
Yeah.
game. You
That's
can't
not
win.
gonna-
You're
it's
not
not
going to
gonna
win with
win.
1 run per game.
It's like
No.
a choke, right? Again, no pun. They choked a little bit, but you know what? He brought it to the top as he did the year before.
top of the league.
Probably be manager of the year again. Is that possible? Two in a
he
row.
could, but that's so rare.
but because he didn't make the play.
My vote would be for
He did, but I mean,
for
he didn't.
Kevin Cash,
Kevin
the
Cash.
manager of the Tampa Bay
All right.
Devil Rays.
Yeah.
Not the Devil Rays.
No,
can't
just-
call them the Devil Rays.
Not anymore.
Just
That's
Rays.
politically incorrect.
I mean, my God, they have one of the lowest payrolls in baseball.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know they do.
They
They-
won their division.
They're getting
over
a good.
the Yankees.
They're getting a good bang for their buck.
They certainly
Huh?
do.
Really.
You know, when they were called the Devil Rays, they were always lousy, and they changed their name to the Rays.
Well,
And people look at the religious connotation there. They took the name Devil out, and they started playing
Well,
great.
what did they say?
Take the devil out of your life, Joe.
That's
Oh,
right.
well.
That's it.
That's right.
They say the details are in the devil.
Well, the other way around.
Oh my God, the devil is in the details.
Is that
I mean,
an
sorry.
original, Romeo?
No,
It's not original? I
It's a
thought it was.
typical classic cliche that I
Typical
I like to be
classic
quoted
cliche.
I did some homework. I don't know if you guys want to talk about this, but you assigned me.
Before you
I
get to your
won't
homework
even
assignment,
talk about it, yeah.
I did
Finish
see
sports.
keeping it on the sports theme.
Sure.
For just a few more minutes.
That's fine, yeah.
Saw a funny thing posted online yesterday, and it said we've now entered the 4th quarter of 2020,
Yeah, we are.
and then someone posted. And it took me a while to figure this out. And it said we've entered the 4th quarter of 2020. I hope we're playing the Falcons. And I'm like, what? And it took me. It took me a good 5 minutes to figure it out. Do you know what it means?
No.
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, you want to take a few minutes to think about it?
I remember the game.
It's
championship game.
Well, that's it. When the
They,
Patriots entered the 4th quarter, losing 28-3 to the Atlanta Falcons and
that's
won the
right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's the joke. I said, "Oh, that's actually
okay.
pretty clever."
We're in the
We're in the 4th
fourth quarter, I
quarter
get
of
it.
2020.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
we're playing the Falcons.
Not to be confused with the fourth quarter of a game. I got it now. A little
All right.
slow on a Monday morning, but thank you.
I know it's a tough one. You got to think. All right, we gave you a homework assignment from last
You
week.
did. Let me put my eyes on here.
My God, there's a lot of papers here.
Yeah, well, I just did some research. You just wanted to know how many other nominees were, how many other Supreme Court justices were nominated in an election year, right?
Yeah.
That was, okay, you're going to be surprised when I tell you the number. Take a wild guess.
One.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's lots.
7.
Go up a little higher.
Wow. Okay.
9.
No, keep going. One more
12.
guess.
15.
22.
22. Wow. And did they have the consternation every single year then, too?
All the election years that I have here, Washington, he nominated 3 in 1796. That was an election year. Adams nominated 1 in 1800. Jefferson nominated 1 in 1804. Notice that they're all
Can I just ask a question?
Sure.
And interrupt you?
Yeah, no, you can interrupt.
How many were on the Supreme Court at that time?
I think in the early days it was 6.
6,
Then
right.
it moved to 9. That's the highest it's ever been. Lowest was 6. 6 was an even number. I didn't. I'll find that out for you before you leave. But let me keep going. John Quincy Adams nominated 1 in 1828. John Tyler nominated 2 in 1844. Fillmore nominated 1 in 1852. These are all election years.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln nominated 1 in 1864. Grant nominated 1 in 1872. Hayes nominated 1 in 1880. Cleveland 1 in 1888. Benjamin Harrison 1 in 1893. Taft 1 in 1912. Almost done. Wilson 2 in 1916. Hoover 1 in 1932. FDR 1. And he was president for 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
1940. When he was running for a third term. LBJ 2, 1968. And Obama 1, 2016, the beginning of 2016.
Okay.
So a total, if you count them all up, it's 22 were nominated by presidents in an election year. Some of them were incumbents; they were running for a second term, and some of them were lame ducks. So
think back. If we skip over Obama because we know about that one. If you go back to LBJ, can you remember? Was there the uproar then from the Republican side saying you can't nominate someone because it's an election year?
Yeah. I suspect that there might have been a few of those, but I don't know.
Can you remember?
I can look it up.
No,
in fact,
Charlie, do you remember that? Charlie says
No.
Okay.
Charlie, Mayor Baldelli.
Charlie.
Due respect. He lived through most of these. So
Well, I'm not going to go back to FDR and
it
things
goes
like
back
that.
to 1796. Though.
Yeah.
Even Washington.
I even remember the 1938 hurricane.
So-
I was in the first grade in
There
1938.
you go. There you go. No, but so basically, this is not a first.
Well, that was the point I was trying to make.
22 times. 22 times.
Okay, that's a lot.
Presidents have nominated justices
while they were in
an
election year.
election year.
Okay.
In an election year. As I said, some of them were running for re-election, as is Mr. Trump, and some of them were lame ducks, as was Obama in 2016.
Now, with Trump being in the hospital for his COVID-19, is it going to affect the nomination process?
I don't think so. I heard this morning that they are determined.
Who's they? The Republicans? Okay.
To get a justice on the court. In fact, it's ironic that we talk about the Supreme Court because today's the first Monday in October.
That's
when
right.
They go back into session after being out for a couple of months, and there are only going to be 8 of them out of the 9 because one is no longer with us.
Well, old Lindsay said we're going right ahead.
Now, he's the chairman of the Judiciary Committee.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
You're right.
and according to what I heard this morning, is his performance on that committee will largely determine whether or not he gets reelected. He's in a tough reelection battle
He
in
is.
his home state. That's interesting as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But my prediction is they will nominate. They will
Confirm.
Thank you. Judge Barrett, right? Is that her name? Yeah.
Yes.
And she'll be on the court before the election.
For Election Day.
What can you possibly dredge up about her?
Not too much.
She's a sterling character. I mean, God, there's nothing but pluses.
Well, I mentioned that to a family member this weekend. We got together, and I'm not going to identify this person, but the person said, "Yeah, but she's very conservative." I said,
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Well, what's wrong? Is that a sin?
Well, I tried.
Yeah, it is. It is right now.
When Charlie says,
give me a break.
What are they going to dredge up on her? I saw at the end of last week, Elizabeth Warren didn't want to meet her because she's too much of a zealot or something like that. She's too far to the right. They don't even want to be in the same room with her.
They should take Michelle Obama's advice.
And what was
when
that?
they go low, we go high.
Go high and meet. Don't do what they did. Just look at Biden. He made so many points this weekend when he sent his best to President Trump, and I mean, I think his numbers are way up now. I don't know. Of course, this is a month before the election, but still, he's made some. I mean, you're better off staying up there than going down. He did go a little bit low in the debate a couple of times. When
That's
he called
before
the
he knew-
president a clown. And
Well, that's before he knew he was sick.
when he said, shut up. I mean, but to a point.
Called the president a clown?
Yes, he did.
but how
You
much-
gotta be kidding me.
It was.
I'd have gone over there and slapped him.
It was.
I would have.
Well, you know what I think, Charlie? I think what I would have done had it been Chris
Wallace.
Thank you. At one point in that debate, he should have just gotten up and ended the debate because he was violating the rules.
Oh, the networks would have been.
Well,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
We've scheduled 90 minutes.
And some people said Biden should have walked out. Well, Biden would have looked weak if he would have done that. So he didn't do that, and I'm glad he didn't. You know.
He's
was
weak
during-
anyway.
Charlie, it was during one of the many exchanges where it was tough to hear everybody.
Yeah.
But you could hear Biden slip it in at one point. He just said, "You're a clown."
He did
So,
say it, and
yeah.
they replayed it a few times.
Okay.
And they replay it on Fox all the time.
You know-
I think that was a little off. He should not have done that. But you know what? Considering what he was going through at that time.
Yeah, frustration.
I think he held.
So you're telling me under pressure he reacts that way?
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
I bet he does. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Well, it showed that
Did
he
you
has a
notice
temper.
yesterday when Trump left Walter Reed
You think he should
Hospital?
have done that?
You see,
Oh, we're gonna get-
you see how many people were
Okay.
on the sidewalks?
Tons. Well, lots of
Wow,
people. Yeah.
hundreds of
Yeah.
people there.
How about the night before, or Saturday night? I guess they were outside the hospital,
Yeah.
waving the flags, the Trump
Yeah.
flags and the American flags.
People
We'll
don't
get-
realize
we'll get to that in a
middle-class
minute.
America is going to re-elect Trump.
Oh.
Middle-class America.
I wish you were going to be here on November 4th, or 3rd, rather. Oh,
I'm going to call you.
He's going to call us.
You better.
I'll call you.
All right, we're going to take a break on the Coffee Ann program. More of this is coming your way. Our first segment sponsor of Coffee Ann has been Windermere Woods.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Menden Road in Woonsocket. Windermere Woods, 401-762-4226, and also on the web at windermerewoods.com. Live at Windermere Woods in a nice atmosphere that provides caring, security, and comfort. Once you move in, you'll want to stay at Windermere Woods for many years and be happy. It's a comfortable place to live and meet new people, enjoy regular meals, and get peace of mind. Windermere Woods is a small community with a nice, friendly atmosphere, and Windermere Woods is affordable. Windermere Woods offers such programs as housekeeping services, transportation to doctor's appointments, and to shopping. Windermere Woods is a very secure facility, 24/7 staffing. Someone's there day and night. They provide social entertainment activities and invite you to come by and visit. Windermere Woods, 1044 Menden Road, Woonsocket, 401-762-4226. Windermere Woods. I'm here with Kara Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency. What types of insurance do you provide?
If you come see me, Kara, I will help you review and protect the most important assets in your life. We offer protection for personal lines and business lines of insurance in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. My mother, Celeste, will help you plan for retirement and assist you with protecting your family by providing life insurance.
You're in good hands with Allstate and Kara and Celeste Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency, 125 Eddie Dowling Highway, across from Dowling Village in North Smithfield, 765-5000.
Our business is truly a referral business, and we have built it based on our premier service level and commitment to what we do. If you are looking for personalized service with people who care, that would be us.
Hi, this is Amanda LaRose, branch manager for Navigant Credit Union, Park Square, Woonsocket. Approximately 1 out of every 8 women in the United States will develop invasive breast cancer. This equates to an average risk of around 13%. Women who have a mother, sister, or daughter with breast cancer are almost twice as likely to develop it as other women. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Don't delay your mammogram. This important message is brought to you by Navigant Credit Union.
Learn more on the web at navigantcu.org.
The Coffee Ann panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
We're local and live at 99.5.
It is Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Romeo Bertham and former mayor. Not the ex. He's the former mayor, City of Woonsocket, Charlie Baldelli.
Also former state representative.
Oh, that's
former councilman, too.
Former councilman Baldelli.
Former city Democratic chairman, too.
So off the air, I asked Charlie what would he rather be known as, mayor, representative. He said Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah. That's good.
He should have been former governor.
Yeah,
because he should have run. He should have run for governor.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's.
I was asked to run one time.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't.
The speaker called me.
Yeah.
And,
which speaker?
Matty Smith.
Okay.
Dear friend of mine, married a Woonsocket girl, Claire Crapo, who graduated from St. Clair with my wife. Yeah. And he said, we're looking for a candidate. We got Bruce Sunderland, but my God, he's run once or twice and lost. So we're looking for someone like you from the Blackstone Valley, an Italian guy who's the mayor. You would appeal to the Italians in North Providence, Cranston, Westerly, and all of that. And I said, no. and I'll tell you one of the reasons why. I was very friendly with Governor Dupree.
Okay.
I would have to run against a dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
And the reason why we have the Connector Highway is because of my relationship with Governor Dupree.
Okay.
And he introduced me to Senator John Chafee, not Lincoln.
His father.
And
the real deal.
Yeah, the real deal.
The real
Chafee. And they got the financing, and it was announced at World War II Park that time.
Yeah.
World War II veterans.
Yeah, we was there, and.
That would have been tough to run against them then.
Romeo's synopsis of my last 8 years didn't go far enough to take in the connector.
The connector in the park.
That was only 3 pages after you.
Oh, okay.
You never got to that.
You're talking about but if you read the addendum that was written by Ray Bacon, and I helped him write that from 1988 to 2000.
You're an addendum, Charlie.
I'm an addendum. There you go.
No, it's another chapter. It was written.
I wanted the last of the addendum.
It was written for the the year 2000. What do they call that?
It was nice. There was a nice photo of me, Governor Dupree, and Matthew Gill, who was the head of the Department of Transportation.
I think they covered that in that chapter. Pretty sure. I should bring that in next week just to show you.
The photo was there anyway.
So Trump took a trip.
Yeah,
and now people are criticizing him. How dare he put the Secret Service agents in harm's way? I said, and I'm thinking maybe they volunteered for it. You know?
Okay. The other question I have is,
and he went out, and you get in that car.
Yeah. It's an SUV limo, right?
Yeah. And that car. You ever see those shows on what they can and cannot tell you of what that car can do?
Oh, I know.
A lot of it's classified, and a ton more than that. It's armored. It's
sure.
The wheels are made of something else. Not the rubber. It's all sorts of things.
Tantamount to what is it? An armored vehicle.
It is an armored vehicle, basically.
You can't go 150 miles an hour in 10 seconds.
Yeah,
something really.
But if the president says, "I want to go outside and wave to the people." You take him outside and wave to the people.
Well, he did, but he was in the car waving to them.
Waving from inside. The windows were up.
Yeah. With his mask on.
What was
with
impressive?
The mask on.
What was impressive? The amount of
people on the side of the road.
Out there on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And that's going to elect him, Romeo. I hate to tell you that middle-class America wants law and order.
You shouldn't have.
You don't want this idiot, Camilla, whatever her name, Harris, whatever her name is.
I don't wish
Kamala,
Kamala, whatever her name is.
It's Kamala. But I don't wish him ill. I hope he makes a complete recovery. And some people said, you want him to recover so that he can live to see his defeat on election night. That's not true.
No, that's not what I want.
Not people like me.
Some people are so mean.
And
I don't think that's right.
I was campaigning with Lisa, going door to door in Oakland Grove, formerly known as Shacktown. Remember that? Remember that, Romeo?
I do.
We don't call that anymore. It's Oakland Grove.
Especially if you're a resident there.
And she was talking to some neighbor across the street, and I saw these 2 women drinking wine outside. And they had a bringing sign on their lawn, and I went over, and they knew me. They said, "Oh, we can recognize you even though you got a mask on." So I sat down with them.
You did? Do you have a glass of wine too?
No, I don't drink. So anyway, I said, "Geez," and they had Trump signs on their lawn.
Okay.
And I said, "Geez, I'd like to get a Trump sign."
You said that?
So yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of the women said, "I've got an extra one in the car," and she gave it to me. She said, "Promise me you're going to put it." I said, "Absolutely." Go by Dewey Street. Oh yeah, it's on my lawn. It's on my lawn. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm not a fair weather friend.
You are a true Trump supporter.
I am. I'm not a fair weather friend, you know.
So let me ask you this, if I may, Joe. What did you think of the debate performance?
I thought it was horrible.
We haven't talked since then.
That's right. The debate was
It was
Tuesday.
horrible. It was a horrible debate.
Yeah.
It wasn't even.
Yeah, but-
there was no discipline involved on either part.
Well,
But well, anyway, Trump's style is that he interrupts and he's belligerent. Let's face that.
Yeah.
But to be called a clown, the president of the United States, you call him a clown,
Who did
shows
that?
you how much. Who did that?
Biden did.
well,
But anyway, let me say something
Now,
positive.
they're going to make changes to the next one, they said.
Well-
Although I don't know what the changes are. I hear they're making changes.
They're going to control the mics.
They're going to have
If
to.
he interrupts, they'll shut off his mic.
Well, now on a positive note, yesterday we had a gathering for Respect Life
Okay.
in front of St. Joseph
Freddie
Church.
did say that last
We
week.
were all on the sidewalk. There was maybe 70 of us, you
Wow.
know, with our rosaries and our stop abortions. And
You're not Trump signs?
no, I didn't bring a Trump sign. But I got to tell you,
We don't make it
unlike
political.
last year when we
Yeah.
did this
Yeah.
gathering for Respect for Life, all life, by the way,
Yeah.
people were going by, blowing the horn, giving us the thumbs up, and there was some giving us the one-fingered salute.
Come on.
Yeah. And
Canada.
yesterday, I will say that almost every car that went by, every other car or so, blew the horn, gave us a thumbs up. So that really
That's good.
made me feel good.
Sure.
And only one car went by, and we got
Gave
a
you the middle
we got
finger?
we
Yeah.
got a thumbs down from them. you know, one of
Well,
them.
could have been worse.
But it was a great gathering, and we did the rosary, and
Good.
I'm earning my way into heaven, Romeo.
You are.
And I'll even greet you when you come up. I'll say, "Hey, Romeo, this is like old times."
I thought we were going to meet somewhere else, Charlie.
I don't think so, Romeo. Not you.
Okay. No, I agree.
Not the
Yeah.
sanctimonious Romeo Berthio,
No,
please.
no.
Sanctimonious.
Well, I'll be looking forward to that someday.
Yeah,
Not
someday,
now.
someday.
All right, Charlie. Thank you.
So, in other news, PC, Providence College, they're going to transition back into in-person learning. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
No, I thought they would stay out the entire semester.
Yeah. Well, are they going to test the students that were affected by obviously they
I think they are.
coronavirus?
Well, I don't use your name,
You could use
but
my
but
name
I
anytime.
no I well, and I tell people, I have a friend of mine, your friend.
Okay.
I said who's a former school teacher, and he believes that in class is the best way to teach, not
Of
remotely.
course. Every teacher would probably say that. if you
I
were
would
there.
I would think so, because sometimes the students have questions, etc.,
Yeah.
and after class
Yeah.
is over, they say, "Can I speak to you?"
Yeah.
and all of that. And I don't quote you by name because I don't want to make you a legend. You know.
Well, not yet. No, only after I pass. No.
But yeah, you say that, Charlie, and now Woonsocket is staying out
I was just
until
gonna say
until
that.
at
Thank
least
you, Joe.
January.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
That pains me. I'm not
Yeah.
happy with that. The main reason is because they don't have enough teachers.
lack of teachers.
Yeah, and no
It's got nothing
subs.
got nothing to do
Because
with
a lot of
COVID-19.
I don't know what the numbers are, but some teachers are not going back because they're afraid to catch it, and
Yeah.
some of them are legit. I suspect some are just not going in because I don't know.
Do you
now,
think-
I'm not even sure if they get paid if they refuse. to
Oh,
go
I bet
in.
they do.
Okay.
How's that union work?
I don't know. It's something that we should research.
If there's a lack of teachers, is it because we're not paying them enough?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just that some are legitimately afraid to catch COVID-19, and some do have some health issues. I'm not defending them, but I suspect some are not. They're just saying, "Hey, I'm not going to go in. Why should I? Nobody's going to question me. I'm afraid to catch COVID." I mean, people are people, no matter where you are.
Right. Yeah.
But the main reason they're not opening the high school is not because they're afraid the kids are going to. They're afraid they don't have enough teachers, and that's.
And it's a situation in every school system,
Yeah.
Charlie. so-
Really?
Yeah, every
There's
system.
a lack of school teachers.
Lack of substitutes.
I heard that they were paying a premium to sub now because they're really looking not necessarily in Woonsocket because they're not going to have. Well, the high school's not going to open until January. I don't know about the elementary schools, but I'm sure they are. At one time, they were paying subs. When I was before I started teaching in Woonsocket, I was a sub in Providence. I was in graduate school. I think I mentioned this before. And every day I'd go to mostly the junior high schools. And sometimes I'd go to Mount Pleasant. Sometimes I go to, and I always wanted to go to classical, but that was free. Nobody went to classical.
That's like a junior college.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, I did that for a whole year, $25 a day. Of course, that was back in 1968, 69.
You know what I'm hearing it is now? At least in Woonsocket, it's $150 a day.
And I heard that
it may be higher in other communities.
Some communities are paying $230 a day.
Well, there you go.
And still having trouble because people don't want to do it. That's got to be subbing. First of all, even without COVID-19, has to be one of the toughest jobs in the education world. Because
who would want to teach in an inner city school?
Somebody that's hungry, I guess. That's for money. I mean, it's.
I hear some horror stories from former school teachers in inner city.
Even back then, I remember when I was in one of my assignments in Providence. One of my first days, I got to the school early. Believe it or not, I used to be early in those days. And a fight breaks out between two kids, and there's an older guy. He's just sitting, and in those days they could smoke. He was standing there with a cigarette and shaking his hand like he was nervous. So I went up to him, and I knew he was a veteran teacher. I said, "Sir, are you?" He said, let them destroy themselves. I don't care." Then the fight eventually stopped, and in fact, I tried to stop it. He stopped me. "Don't do that. Let him." And then, when it was all over, he's smoking a cigarette. He says, "How old do you think I am?" I said, "Oh, geez, don't give me one of those." The guy looked like he was about 50. At the time I was 22. He said, 35 next birthday. I said, "Oh my God!" He says, "This is what this job has done to me." Of course, he didn't belong in that profession.
Yeah.
He was an example of somebody who should not. But still, that's what the job did to him. But anyway, bottom line is subbing is almost like basic training. If you can get through that, you can do anything. And I almost quit teaching. I said to Diane, when I got home a couple of times those nights, I think I'm going to go into something else. Yeah. I think I'm going to become a broadcaster. Yeah. Oh no! I don't do that.
So you achieved two goals. You became a broadcaster and a teacher.
But I went through it. I stayed with it, and then I started teaching in Woonsocket.
Do you think
the years went on?
Rowan, do you think the kids in college are just idealistic? Because Charlie says, who wants to teach in inner city high school?
I think a lot.
And they go in saying, "Well, I'm going to change the world." And they'll listen to me.
There's still some of that.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people now that I know of, including some of my own grandkids, and I would never want to be a teacher. It kind of makes me feel bad, but I can see why, because they recently went through school and they know what it's like. And who wants to take that abuse? But it's a great profession, and if I had to do it all over again, I would. Absolutely. But it took me 4 or 5 years to come to that. My first 4 or 5 years of teaching, I had doubts, and then all of a sudden it hit.
My daughter wants to teach.
Yeah.
But she wants to teach elementary school.
Yeah. And I think
specifically fourth grade. And I don't know why the fourth grade, but
probably her best year in elementary.
Maybe it was. And I keep trying to tell her. I said, "Well, okay, fourth grade is good, but it's K through 6."
If I had to do it over again, I mean, I would probably go elementary.
Would you really?
Fifth grade.
Wow.
To me, those are the students. They're in an ideal spot. They're 10 years old. They're not
They'll listen
punks
to you.
yet.
Not punks yet.
No, really.
They're not.
I mean, I would miss teaching the. I would probably still go into the history and the.
And there's so few male elementary school teachers.
Yeah. Yeah. One time it was the domain of women. Women became nurses or teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now a lot of male nurses too.
Sure.
Yeah, registered nurses, absolutely. When I went to Postia School, they were all Irish teachers, and I admire those. I still remember the 6 teachers I had. And
you do?
Yeah.
They must have made an impression.
They did, because 90% of the class only spoke French.
Mm-hmm.
Like 5% spoke only Italian.
Yeah. And the Irish mom, the Irish teachers,
and the Irish teachers taught us. They taught us.
There you
go.
Overcoming all these language barriers. They still. One of my favorite stories was in the 3rd grade. I had a friend of mine who was a slobby guy.
Yeah.
And Miss Gil Klein sent him home to shave.
Miss Gil
Klein.
No kidding.
What grade?
Wow.
Third grade?
Yeah.
Shave? Okay.
Well, there was no social promotion.
But what you didn't say was he was like 14.
Yeah, there was like no social promotion back then. They didn't just pass you. You stayed back, and you stayed back
until you passed, right?
Okay. Right.
Okay. Break time here on Coffee and it's time for the forecast, being brought to you by SafeExcavator.com. We are looking at cloudy skies this morning, gradually becoming sunny this afternoon. High temperature will be near 65. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 48. Tuesday, a mostly sunny day, high near 68. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 54. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high near 71.
Wow.
Thursday, sunny, and the temperature's dropping, high near 63 on Thursday.
Shorts are in vogue.
That's right. Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street, we have 54 degrees. Call or click 811 before you dig. Anything that causes you to roll up your sleeves a little and dig in requires you to first connect with 811. Call or click 811 and visit safeexcavator.com. More Coffee and coming your way. Stay tuned. Early detection is crucial for breast cancer prevention and treatment. Digital mammograms provide the latest, most advanced technology available for breast imaging. Mammograms play a central part in the early detection of breast cancer because they can detect changes in the breast that may be early signs of cancer. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Don't delay your mammogram. This important message is brought to you by Chamberlain Business Accounting of North Smithfield. Visit chamberlainco.com for all your payroll, accounting, and tax needs.
The Baroaster House restaurant on Pond Street in Woonsocket is open for takeout and delivery of any dish on their menu. All you have to do is call them at 762-1717. Tell them if you'll pick it up or if you want it delivered. You have a choice. The Baroaster House is open 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 4 to 8, Thursday 4 to 9, and Friday and Saturday 3 to 9, Sundays noon to 8. You don't have to miss your favorite Baroaster House meal. Order takeout or delivery at 762-1717. That's 762-1717. The Baroaster House.
Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was.
Wait a minute. Bill. Is that you under that blindfold? Bill, with this thing on, I can't see who I am. No, I imagine not. Can't you see anything at all under that blindfold? On a clear day, I can see the blindfold. You can? Yeah.
When Radio Was, shows from the past for today's imaginations.
When Radio Was airs Monday through Friday, right here on ON 1240 Radio at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
This segment of the Coffee and program is sponsored by The Call newspaper.
The Call is proud to announce a new and improved daily classified advertising program for our newspaper readers, subscribers, and advertisers. Blackstone Valley Values is a more affordable local buying and selling marketplace every day of the week. Lost and found, apartment rentals, items for sale, homes for sale or rent, and even job listings will now be even more within your reach. As always, if you have something you want to sell, call us today with your ad and it'll appear in the next day's call. Be sure to contact us, though, before the 3 p.m. deadline. Furthermore, if you're a subscriber to the Call, you'll benefit from value member discounts and possibly some free advertisements with this new program offer. The Call continues to be dedicated to you, as we have been for over 120 years. Call us today and learn more about our new classified program at 767-8503. To subscribe to the Call and become a valued member, call today, 767-8503. 522.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON Radio. This is Joe Callahan here with Romeo Berthium and Charlie Baldelli. You know, we talk about male nurses and like that. I ran into my first male nurse, I think I was 12.
Oh, yeah?
And I had to go to, my mother brought me to Notre Dame Hospital. It was in Central Falls. It's not there anymore. Yeah. And they had to take blood from me. And I had had blood taken before, but it was always by a woman who would, you know, they bring out the little rubber thing that goes around your arm, and they pull it tight, and they take the blood out. Well, now here comes this guy, and he wrapped the rubber band around my arm, and he pulled so hard. I mean, the veins just popped out of your arm. It was the easiest way anyone has ever taken blood from me, because the vein just... I mean,
really? Yeah.
I thought you were going to say,
ow.
I thought you were going to say you passed out, so there was no pain at all.
No. I don't mind. I know some people get squeamish about having their blood taken. Yeah. Not me. I'm pretty cool about the whole thing. Just, hey, look at that.
Hey, pretty good.
As long as it all goes in.
Hey, I'm porous anyway.
As long as it goes into the tube and not all over the floor, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got inducted in the Army, these big guys, they couldn't take injections. They would pass out in line.
Oh, yeah.
They pass out in line. Woo! No, don't do this.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Not surprised.
Did they hear about it later?
Yes.
Well, good.
The other guys that...
well, you think you're so tough, huh?
Yeah, they're not so tough.
Yeah. All right, we had a story this morning, and, things you shouldn't do. A man.
Vote for Biden.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, Romeo. I didn't mean that.
Sure.
Can I take it back?
Of course.
A man steals a truck, a city of Boston water truck.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And somehow he's on 495 in Franklin. Now, what the truck was doing down there, I don't know.
All the way to Franklin.
But he steals it out of Franklin, drives down 495,
okay.
Gets on 95, travels down 95, crosses into Rhode Island. The Rhode Island State Troopers pick him up, stop pursuing him. He gets on 195, goes east.
To the Cape.
And goes back into Massachusetts. So the Mass Troopers pick up the chase again, and they finally get him in Westport, Massachusetts, which is right down by the beach.
Right. Yeah.
Horseneck Beach is down that way.
That's right.
That's a long trip.
It is.
From Franklin in a water truck.
Yeah.
So what was his motive? Why did he?
Well, I didn't say. I don't think he wanted the water.
He was thirsty, right?
He was thirsty.
He needed a ride. He probably needed a ride. Didn't have a car, so let me just steal a truck.
It was just there.
And why was he able to steal the truck? Did they leave the keys
in it?
So whoever was in charge of that truck probably got
disciplined
might be in trouble for doing that. Yeah. But if he broke in, that's a different story.
So the ACLU says a federal judge has issued a preliminary injunction in support of a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of a state law covering vanity license plates in Rhode Island.
Oh.
The court ruled that a ban on plates deemed offensive by the Division of Motor Vehicles likely violates the First Amendment for being too vague. Because
translate that for me, will you please?
That means someone at the DMV is deciding, okay, you can't have that license plate because I think it's offensive.
Offensive. Yeah.
Now, you may not, and Romeo may not, but if I think it's offensive, then you can't have it. Now, there's a guy in Rhode Island. Yeah. He's got a Tesla. His license plates are the letters FKGAS.
Okay.
Someone at the DMV has deemed that offensive.
Yeah. I know what it means.
So do I. Yeah. And so he went to the ACLU, and they're all big on your First Amendment rights.
Oh yeah.
So he's right. You should be able to have that. The suit was filed earlier this year on behalf of this Tesla owner, and there's a preliminary injunction in support of the lawsuit. So that's going to go forward, basically.
Oh yeah.
You want to hear my favorite story about a license plate?
You got a favorite story?
Yeah. One day I got a call from the governor's office. Governor DePrito was a dear friend of mine. And he said, "I'm sending up a courier. He has a gift for you." I said, "Really?" So the courier comes in and he hands me this manila envelope. And I look at it, and it's a number plate, B1.
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 Wow. All right.
So when he left, I called up Arthur Bouchard, and I said, "I got a number plate for you."
You gave it to Arthur?
I gave it to Arthur Bouchard. You see B1 going around the city, you know.
At the time, I was a Rhode Island resident. He didn't call me Charlie.
Yeah, Berthium 1, yeah. So Arthur Bouchard.
That's great.
He
still have it?
CEO, he still has it.
B1, that's pretty.
If you see that.
That is big in Rhode Island, number plates.
Oh, I know.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think it's big most other places.
It's almost a status.
You know what? In
other places
Rhode
don't
Island,
care.
do you know how many times people would call me for license plates when I was in the legislature?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Can you get me this? And I did get a lot of plates for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wow. Because it was in the State House. They had a book. I go down and see the book.
Yeah.
Romy, RB1, I look for RB1.
And you know what? They were very, at the registry, because I had a friend who was a legislator as well, and he got me my initials way back when.
Yeah.
And I had to go pick it up in Providence. And it was amazing. Oh, how is the representative, sir? Is he a good, they were so nice to me.
They
are so political. It's unbelievable. But if you went in as a regular person,
no.
They treated you like...
I had a friend of mine whose daughter couldn't pass the driving test. Or the written test.
Yeah.
So I went and I talked to the guy over in Holland here. I said, "Look, I got a friend of mine. His daughter she gets tensed. She can't do a written test."
Sure.
"Don't worry, Representative. We'll give her an oral exam."
No.
Honest to God, bring her in. We'll give her an oral exam, and that'll suffice.
It's very political, or was.
Oh, it is. Well, I'm sure it still
very
is.
Political.
But then there's my dad, who had no political connections, none that I was aware of.
Okay.
But he always wanted his initials on his license plate, and he got it somehow.
In Massachusetts,
no. This is Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island. Okay.
He wanted WC.
Yeah.
And he had it all the time.
All right.
I'm like,
sometimes,
but I had to. It's funny. I had to turn in my plates in Massachusetts because one year I went to get my car inspected, and they say the shining something on the plates has washed away.
You got rejected too.
They said, well, before we inspect your car, we're going to reject it. Go get new plates.
It happened to me too.
I said, you're kidding, right? No.
I was indignant.
So was I. It's like, I can read it, but the cops can't read it with the headlights and
Yeah.
They wouldn't. Well, they told me ahead of time. If we inspect your car, you're going to fail.
Lucky they told you that.
Yes, I was I was happy about that.
In my case, they gave me a big R.
The big
The car was
so
only 8
now
months old.
you had to drive to the registry, take the plates off at walk in, and just exchange them. And they asked me at the registry, "Do you any preference on what you want?" No, whatever's next in line.
Just give me the
plates. They fixed it in the computer. I put the plates back on the car. Brought it back for inspection. Everything was fine.
Right.
They do that in Florida. It's crazy in Florida. You
Change
just
the
go in
license
there,
plates?
No.
Give you a new plate.
Well, there's no inspection law in Florida.
No.
Which is not good.
Right.
I think they should.
Really?
No,
really, there really
inspection
should
law.
be.
Yeah, no inspection law.
No excise tax, no inspections, none of that stuff.
It's a little different.
Wow. Do cars up here? Do cars ever get pulled over up here from Florida, saying, "Hey, there's no inspection sticker on your car"?
only if they stay if they garage them in the city.
Well, right now the city's on a warpath with people from out of state parking their cars in the city.
Was that an issue, Charlie, when you were mayor?
Yeah,
out of state plates parking
yes,
here.
It was always an issue,
especially tax evaders. I agree. I'm glad she's doing that.
Well, you know what happens?
Yeah, it's great.
Woonsocket is considered an urban community.
Yeah.
In suburban communities like Bellingham. The insurance rates are a lot less than they are in Woonsocket, which has a suburban rate.
Right.
So people from Massachusetts would park in Woonsocket and get the insurance from Massachusetts.
Yeah, absolutely wrong. And I'm glad they got them, and they are continuing to get them. But getting back to your story very quickly, same thing happened to me, Joe. I had purchased a brand new car from a local dealer, and I had not even a year later, I had it inspected. I get an R, a rejection. It's blatant.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
I said, what? Are you kidding me? It's a brand new car. I just bought it from you guys 8 months ago. It had like 8,000 miles on it. Sorry, sir, but it's the same reason that Joe was given.
Yeah.
I had to go to the registry, and I went that day.
Oh yeah, you got to do it quickly.
It was like, and they gave me this, but I couldn't believe it that they did that to me, and I never went back to that dealer again because he could have at least done.
Told you ahead of time.
Joe's guy did. At least, look, I can't put a sticker on that yet, so get yourself a new plate. Or, even better, and they should have done this, they should have reversed them. The front plate was perfect, so just put your front plate in the back.
I didn't have, in Massachusetts...
I had two plates.
Charlie, in Massachusetts, you don't have to have a front plate.
I think you do now, though.
Do you now?
I'm not sure.
In Florida.
I've got 2 plates.
I thought I just had one in the back.
You have one plate in Florida.
You do. He's right about that.
And you can't back in. Every time you park the car, the number plate has to be displayed, so you have to pull in. You can't back in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've never heard that rule.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you that.
I'm glad you told me, because when I get there this winter,
and another thing, if you go out and look at my car out there, you can hardly read my plate.
Okay, well, if they're listening...
But even if you're in your personal driveway... You have to have the plate facing out?
I don't know about personal driveway, but I know if you go to any shopping mall, you can't back in.
I didn't know that.
You have to pull in so they can read the plate.
Well, what if you pull into a parking spot and the spot in front of you is open, so you pull forward?
Yeah.
But then a car pulls in behind you. Now your plate's hidden. Right. But it's not your fault because you're not driving the other car.
I've never experienced that.
Okay. Well, that's your homework for this winter, Charlie.
I'll call you.
Well, I want to see if you get a ticket for doing that.
You're giving him a whole winter. You only give me a week.
That's it, right? You know what?
Well, he doesn't drive, so this might be difficult.
I have to tell you, you can't pull back in.
You can't back in.
No, they have to see the plate.
That's amazing.
And they only have one plate in Florida.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The place I went to for my inspection was not a car dealership. It was basically a garage kind of thing, and that's who told me.
Most of them will be reasonable.
It's going to fail.
This guy was so unreasonable. I was so upset with him.
Really?
You should have been.
Then he relayed a story about how, I had another guy, good customer, he came in, did the same, he was really upset with me, and he yelled at me and swore at me, and then after he got his plate, he apologized. I said, well, you're not going to get that from me.
Good for you.
I'm just not going to.
All you're going to get is a...
goodbye.
Yeah. No, really, and I told him. And that was it.
It's funny that mechanic actually told me like the year before. He goes, all right, we're going to pass you this time, but you got to get your plates replaced.
That's reasonable.
And I went and I didn't do it. And I went back the next year. He goes, I can't do it this year. It's just it's another year's going by.
He didn't remember?
No, he didn't remember.
That's what I mean. He didn't remember. That's what I meant to
he
say.
goes, I can't do it this time.
Okay.
And you're right, in Massachusetts, they put the big R on you.
They do.
And then you're going to drive around and try to get your car fixed.
It's almost like a scarlet letter.
Yeah.
Really?
But you're going to try to avoid the police, because if the police see the R, they'll pull you over and give you a ticket for driving for the restricted.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, a rejected inspection.
Yeah. And they have in Massachusetts, as Joe will verify, it's an annual inspection. It's not every other year.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's every year.
And they're what, $39? Something like that.
35.
Well, something like that. It's
$35. Yeah, and it's every year.
You don't have any of that nonsense in Florida.
I think it's
I
good.
guess not.
On the other side of the coin, I think it's good that they do inspect the vehicles, because some of the vehicles in Florida, some of them, oh my God, they
shouldn't be on the road.
No, really.
Wow. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee In program, and this segment of the Coffee In has been sponsored by the Call newspaper.
The Call, Woonsocket's daily hometown newspaper since 1892, is still essentially a paper for the people. Our photographs record happenings that make news, have historical significance in years to come, while others are intended to entertain or inform you of current events. They illustrate life's drama, which runs the gamut of humor to tragedy and everywhere in between. We're more than a reporter of daily news. Many readers continue to look to our paper for entertainment and relaxation offered by cartoons, comics, and other lighter features offered daily. In addition, we provide you with dates, times, and places of social event happenings throughout the community. Local sports covered daily by award-winning sports staff writers. If you're not subscribing to your local daily newspaper, you should. Call us today at 767-8522. Home delivery is just a phone call away at 767-8522. We take great pride in our publication and our sincere wish to serve you, our readers, at The Call.
Have you heard the news? If you have both Medicaid and Medicare, United Health Dual Complete can help you. And it's no wonder, considering all the extra benefits you could get. Dual Complete includes $3,000 in dental care with $0 copay. You could also get $800 to buy health products, hearing coverage, and credits for hearing devices, vision coverage, and credits for eyewear, no-cost gym membership, and Fitbit, and much, much more. See why Rhode Islanders with Medicaid and Medicare choose United Healthcare Dual Complete. To find a plan for you, visit our website at uhccommunityplan.com and search by your zip code or call 1-844-560-4944. Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract and a contract with state Medicaid program. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare. Benefits, features, and or devices vary with plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Koch Eye Associates is your complete vision center, combining the latest in science technology while providing all patients with the personal care and attention they expect. Their experienced staff of doctors include specialists in the diagnosis and treatment of cataracts, glaucoma, retina, and other eye problems. If you require cataract surgery, you will be given the opportunity to select traditional surgery or the modern laser cataract surgery. Most procedures are performed at Koch Eye's St. James Surgery Center in Warwick. Visit their very informative website, kocheye.com, or call them at 769-2511. Other locations in Johnston, North Kingstown, Cranston, Providence, Wakefield, and Warwick.
All right, it's Coffee In here on ON Radio. This is Joe Callahan, along with Romeo Berthium and former Woonsocket Mayor Charlie Weldelli. And since these guys like going down to Florida, we like telling them Florida news. This is not them, by the way. One Florida man has been charged for allegedly requesting an absentee ballot for his dead wife.
Wow.
He wants to vote twice. The Manatee County, and you don't know where Manatee County is, huh?
No,
sounds like it would be near the water.
It's probably on the West Coast, I suspect, but I'm not sure.
All right. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office
I can't answer that either.
began to investigate 62-year-old Larry Wiggins after elections officials found he asked for the ballot for his wife, who had passed away 2 years ago. Not even last week. It was 2 years ago.
Right.
Wiggins then confessed to deputies that he just wanted to, quote, test the system. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, of course.
Like you said you were going to test the system, Romeo.
With
a mail-in ballot and then go voting in person.
Yeah.
I hope
they
there you
don't
go.
arrest me. But
I'm just testing the system.
Well, it's a good answer. Like when Trump does something that he shouldn't be doing it. I was only kidding. Yeah,
so
right.
this guy Wiggins, he was arrested, charged with third-degree felony voter fraud.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's taking James Michael Curley's advice. He votes
Early
and
and
he votes often.
One local election supervisor says the case shows that everyone should feel confident in the election process.
True.
So third-degree felony voter fraud, what's it going to pay? Like a
Probably a
$50 fine?
Maybe.
And don't do it again.
Well, it's all over the news. Who's going to get his name is in there, right?
Oh, sure. It's his name. Once again, where is it? Larry Wiggins.
There you go, Larry.
Just want to test the system.
Should not have done that, Larry. Bad boy.
All right.
I hope it wasn't a Trump vote. My God.
It doesn't say.
I bet you it was.
All right, Charlie. This is something you can shoot for. Okay.
Yes.
A Texas centenarian man.
That means over 100?
That's correct. Very good, Romeo.
Yep.
Is landing in the Guinness World Book of Records.
For?
Al Blaschke became the world's oldest tandem skydiver.
Wow.
Recently, when he jumped out of a plane, he's 103.
God bless him.
And survived.
He probably figured, what have I got to lose? I mean,
Blaschke,
Yeah, absolutely right.
Hey, maybe. Blaschke was 14,000 feet above San Marcos, Texas, before he jumped off an aircraft with a skydiving instructor. You have to at the. How many jumps do you have to do before you can do it solo? Do you know?
I don't know. That's something I never really thought about. Would you ever?
It's at least once you got to go with somebody.
Yeah. Oh,
which is actually a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, it's not his first time skydiving.
No.
What a man! His first jump was 3 years ago when he was on his 100th birthday.
Well, when I'm 104, when I'm 104, Joe, I'll call you. Yes.
George,
say we're going to North Central.
Yeah, why not?
George H.W. Bush did that.
He did on his birthday.
About 85 or so, close to 90, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So God bless him for doing that.
See, it's funny, when you do it with a tandem. Although this is what I hear.
Well,
and you're nervous about falling out of the plane or jumping out of the plane. The tandem guy is pushing you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, where he's going out. I don't know about you.
I know why they do it in tandem. First of all, they have no choice, as usual.
Right.
Law. But secondly, the real reason is they don't want to die alone.
Okay, Romeo. I'll try when I'm 104.
Okay.
I want to be in a Guinness Book of Records.
I want to witness that.
You're going to witness it. Good. Fine.
I want to be there.
The person, I think it's one of the only person I know that's actually done it. That's going skydiving. Actually, two. Nope. Nancy Phillips.
Really?
Has gone skydiving. It was part of the legislative leap.
I know Nancy.
Yep. She's gone skydiving. And Roger Pickard.
Really?
Has
Both
gone
of them?
skydiving with his daughter.
Wow.
It was a birthday wish.
God bless them.
For his daughter, and he went and did it. And this part's funny.
I didn't know that.
Nancy loved it and would do it again and again and again.
Nancy.
Roger did it once and will never do it again.
Okay. At least he did it.
But he did it because he did it for his daughter. I said, well, that's very nice here, Roger.
The young woman that was murdered, Connie Gauthier,
yes,
who was part of my Italian group.
I knew Connie.
Did she like
She did that.
Yeah?
She did?
Yeah, she did. Her license plate was Liv. L-I-V-E, Liv.
The irony, though, huh?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
The police came to
Very
investigate me and wanted to know what I knew.
She
and,
worked for the school department for many years.
Yes, she did.
I knew her fairly well.
Yeah.
Nice lady.
She used to announce our games at Baldelli Field.
Baldelli Field. You almost said Boulay.
Yeah. And when she was murdered, I was stunned.
Of course.
Stunned. She was.
And it wasn't.
She was a daredevil.
They found lots of stab wounds. It was
Oh,
a
my God,
terrible crime of passion.
They wanted to know who her friends were.
Yeah.
The police came over and quizzed me a couple of times.
I'm sure.
How long did they talk? How long did that last? Did it like 10 minutes? Is it half an hour? How many?
Well, you know.
If you don't mind me asking.
No. They said the reason why we're talking to you is because she has your photo.
Oh.
Okay.
In the house. There's pictures of you because she was part of my Italian group, the Buongiorno group.
Oh yeah.
And she was going out with my keyboard player.
Okay.
Who had a great name, Vincenzo Fiontella.
Okay.
That was his name.
French guy.
Yeah, and she was his. I said, look, the only person that I know that she associated with was Vinny Fiontella.
Was Connie Italian? Was that her maiden?
No.
That was her maiden name?
That was her name.
Okay.
Yeah. She was a single woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a terrible murder. I mean, stabbed how many times in the head and all of that.
Times.
Like 80 times?
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Whoever did it meant it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And,
it wasn't like an accident.
And they still haven't done is it two suspects or just one now?
Two.
Yeah. I think we all know. I can't remember where that. Know who did it, but
I can't remember where that.
O.J. Simpson. It's kind of hard to prove or something. I'm not sure how that's going.
Yeah, but
I think they know
where that investigation's going.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, she did that tandem.
Skydive
thing. Well, the only thing I've ever done with my wife in Hawaii was parasailing. That's fun, but I would never skydive. I wouldn't do that.
Too high up.
Yeah, it's just like, why tamper with the odds? I mean, exactly. Thank you. I mean, you get older, Mother Nature does a job on you. You don't want to help her out. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it, right?
Did you like parasailing?
It was fun.
That was fun.
I would do that again.
You would?
I would. My father-in-law at the time was 84, and he did it with my grandson when we were out there. And I said, well, if he can do it, I guess I should, and I did.
Yeah. I've seen videos online, and they have these rides at amusement parks, which basically two people get into a capsule of some sort. But on the sides, what you can't see, is basically a huge rubber bands that are twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting.
Yeah.
And when they release, it takes this thing and shoots you up in the air, very fast, and then you bounce up in the air, but you shoot up at an incredible rate of speed, and you go very, very, very high.
Yeah.
And I would never do this, because one day, and it happened to be one day, I was at Six Flags in Springfield, Agawam actually, and I saw someone in the car, two people in the car, and the rubber bands were tightening and tightening and tightening, and before they shot up, the rubber bands broke.
Oh.
And so the car just went down about a foot and kind of tilted a little, and I saw them do this, and nobody panicked. The people just came over. Okay, you got to get out because the thing broke, and we can't do this. I said, I will never do that anywhere now, because I've seen it break.
Oh yeah,
and I can't imagine what would happen if you shot up and then it broke. I mean, you'd just be catapulted somewhere.
It would be tragic.
I'm like, wow. So, okay, we're going to cross that one off the old bucket list of things never to do.
When I was drafted, I was in 16 weeks of infantry basic training. And we were next to an airborne company, and they said, if you want to be in the airborne, and I thought about it, but you would have to extend your enlistment. So I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I came that close to.
Were you drafted?
Yeah. I got one of those letters.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Yeah. Greetings. Report to the induction center.
Now, Charlie, was that for the Spanish-American War? or World War II?
That was a long time ago, Romeo.
I know.
I was only 19 years old.
Something along those lines. Back, we got to go soon, but back 80s, I was a volunteer fireman in North Cumberland.
Okay.
And I was talking to the firefighters that were there. And the ultimate goal at the time then was to try to get to Providence. That's where the money was and that. But they told me to get onto the Providence Fire Department, and maybe things have changed, Romeo. You went up into a 6 or 8 foot tower, and you had to jump out, and they'd catch you in the net.
Right.
And if you went up there the first time and looked down and said, "I can't do it," they would say, "Fine,
no problem.
Come on down. You have one more shot to go up there and jump."
Yeah.
And if you don't do it the second time, they just erase you. Goodbye. We won't take you. And the reason to do it is they said, if you're down here on the ground holding the thing, you need to know mentally what those people are going through at the top that have to jump.
Right.
They want you to know how tough it is to jump into this net.
Yeah.
And they said, you will do it. And if you don't do it, you're not going to become a Providence firefighter.
Okay.
I said, that's great training. But which is why I'm not a firefighter these days.
and that's why I'm not a school teacher.
There you go. All right, we've come to the end of the program. Thank you very much for listening in, everyone. Charlie Baldelli, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Romeo Bertham, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
Very good. And stay tuned now for At the Library with Leslie Page, and then Food First with Karen Zangari. I'm Joe Callahan. We'll talk to you this afternoon here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. In other Providence coronavirus news, Lifespan said Friday several patients and staff members in a pair of units at the Rhode Island Hospital recently tested positive, according to a report from the Providence Journal. A Lifespan spokesperson says it's not clear when the infections started, but that some staffers are already back at work following isolation and a negative test result. Channel 12 TV News reports 7
Providence police officers who work in